March 29, 2024, Las Vegas. Police respond to a barricade situation involving 41-year-old Thurman Lowe, who is also wanted in connection to a homicide investigation out of Missouri. Officers surround the apartment and order Lowe to surrender. He refuses. Hours pass. Then SWAT deploys Enzo. The K9 enters the apartment first. Inside the dark hallway, Enzo finds Lowe hiding with knives. The moment the dog engages, Lowe starts stabbing. Again and again. Enzo is struck multiple times in the head and body during the struggle, but the K9 keeps fighting long enough for officers to rush in and take Lowe into custody. Enzo collapses moments later. Police shut down roads and airlift the dog across the city for emergency surgery. Veterinarians discover Enzo has been stabbed nearly 9 times. Against the odds, the K9 survives. Lowe is arrested and later faces multiple felony charges connected to the attack and barricade. January 15, 2025. Southwest Houston. Law enforcement launches a massive manhunt after Deputy Jesus Vargas is shot and killed while serving a warrant. Hours later, officers narrow the search to a shopping center. K9 Rocky is deployed. The dog alerts on a dumpster. Officers move closer. Hidden beneath trash inside is fugitive Robert Lee Davis III. The moment he's discovered, gunfire erupts. Rocky is shot twice. Officers immediately return fire, killing Davis at the scene. Rocky is airlifted for emergency surgery and survives. April 28, 2023, Dallas. Police launch a manhunt for 20-year-old Brian Casillas after he shoots 2 family members inside a home. Hours later, officers track him to a wooded creek area beneath a bridge. Senior Corporal Scott J. and his K9 partner, Figor, move in. Figor locates the suspect first. Then, gunfire erupts. Casillas shoots Figor in the chest. The bullet tears through the dog and exits near the shoulder. Seconds later, Officer J is hit in the leg and ballistic vest. But Figor doesn't stop. Despite the gunshot wound, the K9 keeps advancing and continues engaging the suspect long enough for Officer J to return fire. Casillas is killed at the scene. Both Officer J and Figor survive. Figor is rushed into emergency surgery, where veterinarians determine the wound is serious but not fatal. Dallas police later credit the K9 with helping save Officer J's life. Years later, Figor is officially retired after recovering from the shooting.
Even after he had been shot, he still was working and doing his best to protect me.
October 2, 2019, Anaheim. Police search for a stabbing suspect near a residential neighborhood. A helicopter spots a man running from the area before climbing through the front window of a nearby house. Officers surround the home and order the man to surrender. Minutes later, the front door opens. The man starts walking out. Then suddenly, a large pit bull bursts through the doorway. The dog charges directly at the police K9. The two collide instantly. The pit bull bites onto the K9 as officers rush forward trying to regain control. An officer deploys a taser to stop the attack. The dog separates seconds later. The suspect is taken into custody at the scene. Investigators later determine the man is not connected to the stabbing. He fled because he is a wanted parolee at large. Both dogs survive the encounter. February 2020, San Diego. Deputies pursue a stolen vehicle through multiple freeways before the chase ends in the middle of Interstate 15 near City Heights. The driver refuses to surrender. Traffic backs up as deputies surround the vehicle during a freeway standoff. After several minutes, deputies deploy Bo. Bo jumps through the driver's side window and bites onto the suspect's arm. The suspect immediately starts swinging an umbrella, repeatedly striking the K9 in the head and body while trying to break free. But Bo refuses to let go. The suspect stumbles out of the vehicle with the dog still attached as deputies rush in and take him to the ground. He is arrested at the scene. Bo survives the encounter without serious injury. January 11th, 2018, West York. Officers surround a home where Marlon Ramos is barricaded after opening fire. He is armed and refuses to come out. K9 Dano is sent in. The dog disappears into the house. Seconds later, gunfire erupts. Ramos fires at close range, striking the canine. But Dano doesn't stop. The dog continues forward and engages the suspect long enough for officers to move in and take control. Ramos is arrested at the scene. Dano undergoes extensive surgery and survives. In 2019, Ramos is sentenced to 32 to 64 years in prison for attempted homicide of police officers and related charges connected to the shooting.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Here, as an officer quickly tries to tackle him, but our perp wiggles through and jumps right into a canal.
2 emergency calls, less than 2 minutes apart, same canal in Miami. One from a resident who heard running, then a sudden splash, followed by violent thrashing in the water. The other from officers already in pursuit, reporting a robbery suspect had just entered the canal and a canine had been deployed. Between those calls, a routine foot chase turned into a life-threatening struggle in the water. April 2023, approximately 10:42 p.m. Along a residential canal line, officers attempted to stop an adult male suspect linked to a robbery. He fled immediately on foot, cutting through narrow paths between homes before reaching the canal. With no exit, he jumped. Within minutes, a canine unit arrived. The dog was deployed into the water and made contact quickly. Instead of surrendering, the suspect escalated. He grabbed the dog and forced its head underwater, attempting to drown it. The surface broke into violent movement, then both disappeared briefly beneath it. Officers entered the canal without delay. They separated the suspect from the canine and pulled both to the bank. The suspect was restrained on scene. The canine was recovered alive, showing signs of physical stress but no fatal injury. Crime scene observations were limited to water disturbance patterns, officer body cam confirmation, and witness statements describing the struggle. No firearm was involved. The primary conflict was physical resistance during attempted apprehension. The suspect was taken into custody and charged with robbery, resisting arrest with violence, and assault on a law enforcement animal. If convicted, charges of this level typically carry multiple years of imprisonment under state law. The canine survived the incident and returned to duty after recovery. These dogs are trained to run toward danger, and in every case, they did exactly that. Some survived gunshots, some survived stabbings, and some never made it home. But every one of them gave officers the seconds they needed to stop a dangerous suspect. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more real police canine cases and body cam breakdowns.